everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Life 101. This is the show where we get to visit real people doing their real jobs. I'm Jillian and I can't wait to show you the careers we've got on the slate for today. First, Lewis is going to sit down with the chief engineer for a hotel. I never even knew hotels had engineers. Can you guess what they do? We'll meet a dietitian who makes up a special diet for kids with seizures that helps them go seizure-free. Finally, we'll talk to a couple of librarians who will let us know how their duties have evolved over the years. So stay where you are, put that book down and your feet up, and let's get rolling here on Real Life 101. We're the hosts of Real Life 101. Have you ever been to a hotel where the pool is totally cracked and dirty or green with algae? Then you get to your room and you can't get in because the lock doesn't work. Ugh, it's enough to drive you crazy. Well, what that place needs is a good chief engineer like Michael Childs, the chief engineer for Sheraton in Maitland, Florida. They're the people in charge of keeping the hotel in tip-top shape, whether it is the grounds maintenance, pools, lobby area, or rooms. Lewis tracked down Michael during his busy day and spent a few minutes finding out about his many duties.
Hey, I'm here with Mr. Michael Childs. And so tell me, what do you do?
I'm the chief engineer here at the property at the hotel.
Oh wow, what does that mean?
Chief engineer means we're responsible for the entire physical plant. We take care of everything from landscaping to air conditioning to the condition of the rooms. Any maintenance or anything that needs to be done in the property, we take care of.
Wow. Is it hard to work in a hotel like this?
No, it's not hard, but it's demanding at times. You're responsible for just about every department on the property. Everybody has a list of things that they need done, and when everything has to be fixed, we're the ones they call.
Do you go to school for this?
There are schools for it now. They didn't used to be, but things are changing now with different technologies. I mean, everything is becoming so advanced, and with new laws, you have to stay on top of laws, EPA laws, OSHA. There's so much in the workplace now, and there's so many hazards in the workplace that there's different things that regulate it in different departments of the government. So you have to stay on top of those. It used to be strictly just a maintenance hands-on job. It's become more detailed. And so now a lot of the colleges and institutions are actually providing classes for it. The American Hotel Institution, they actually have schools and training for it where you go through. So the more education you have on the job, the easier it is and the more fun it is.
So tell me, do you work by yourself or with a team?
No, we have a team. Which is one of the fun parts of it. You actually have to put together a team of people who have different skills. Some guys are really good with the electronics end of it. Some guys are really good with the mechanical or the carpentry end of it. And you try to bring together a team so that they all benefit each other.
What are the main skills that you need for this profession?
To be in maintenance? I think, God, that's a tough question. Because there's so much, I think if you want to get into it, it depends on what you want for your career. If you want to get into it where you're strictly hands-on maintenance all the time, then you would want to find one particular profession that you seem to enjoy, that you click with the most. Like, if you really like working with air conditioning, refrigeration, and working with the pressures, that would be one thing to do. I mean, right down to some of the properties I worked at before, we have guys who specialize just in pools. The state requires a license. It's a certified pool operator's license, which is a really tough test. And then that's what you work on. I've worked at properties where we have two people. That's all they do. 8 hours a day is take care of the pool.
Wow.
You have some properties where you have air conditioning and refrigeration. That's what you're working all day. Plumbing, carpentry. Or you can get into the law end of it. There's things that, as far as being in maintenance and engineering in hotels, that makes us different now than before, is you have to be familiar with hospitality law. OSHA, the right to know law. So you can pick just about any of them. If you want to become a director or you want to move up in the position as a chief engineer or director, then you have to be proficient in all of those areas. You have to know enough about it that if the situation's right, that you can handle it.
Do you have any advice for anyone interested in your profession?
I think if you want to get into it, research it first, like we're doing now. It's a great profession. If you're a creative type person, there are different, some people are I guess, happy sitting at a desk all the time. Then there are the creative types. that like to see accomplishments every day.
Use your hands.
You have to be a type of person that you make yourself happy with your accomplishments. You don't look to other people going, hey, great job. You're the type of person at the end of the day you can just look back and go, wow, I got all this done today and this looks great, this is great. And you have to be that way. You have to be mechanical. You have to be patient because there's a lot of pressure at times in this job. The thing about being in maintenance in a hotel, when you look at the structure of a property, all the other departments, with the exception of engineering, are producing revenue for the company. Yeah, everybody has a product to sell, everybody's bringing income. We're the only department that's right the opposite. We cost the company. Everything that we spend comes right off the top line of profit. And so you have to be creative to a point where you can find ways to actually reduce what it costs to that department. So you have to be creative, you have to always be thinking, and you have to be mechanical. You have to want to get your hands dirty. It's a great job for that.
Well, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. Very interesting.
The chief engineer of a hotel is responsible for the exterior and interior condition of the facility. They must have skills and training in mechanics and maintenance and prior hotel experience. The ability to manage a team he or she supervises, plus being able to communicate courteously with hotel guests and staff, is a necessity. Educational requirements vary, but many hotels like some college or advanced vocational training, plus experience in general building maintenance or construction, including experience in supervising a team. If you are mechanically oriented and would like to get into this field, get experience in building maintenance and construction, and consider going to vocational school. Who knows, maybe one day you could take pride in the appearance and condition of your hotel as the chief engineer.
I'm taking a short nap while you take a break. It's time for more Real Life 101.
We all know how important our diet is to our health. Of course, whether we pay attention to what we put in our mouth is a different thing. But for some people, what they eat is critical to their health. Carly met up with Kelly Urbanic, a registered dietitian at Arnold Palmer Hospital. Kelly manages the diet of epileptic children. By following a precise menu, the children have fewer seizures, and in some cases, they go away completely.
So, what kind of people do you deal with? What ages?
I deal mainly with the pediatric population, so anywhere from preemies to 18 to 20 years old.
And being a dietitian, what do you exactly do?
What I do is I'm an inpatient clinical dietitian, so I work in the hospital, and I will assess patients for calorie needs, provide diet education if they're on a certain diet, such as a low-fat diet or a diabetic diet. I also work with patients who have seizures in a diet that's called the ketogenic diet, and I help them follow that diet while they're at home with their families.
And how did you get into it?
I got into nutrition when I was in college. I played soccer for the University of Florida, and we had to go see a dietitian once a month to help us with getting protein and calories for playing soccer. And she kind of led me on my path into nutrition, and that's where it all started.
And how many years of school did you go to for this?
You have to get your bachelor's degree in science with a specialty in nutrition, and then you have to do a year-long internship afterwards, and then you sit for your exam to become a registered dietitian.
Once you have your degree and you're practicing, do you have to continue your education?
Yes, you have to do 75 hours of continuing education every 5 years, and you also have to do continuing education for your registration, and you also have to be licensed in Florida and have to do continuing education for them, but it all counts within the same education hours.
What is the ketogenic program that you're involved in?
Well, the ketogenic diet is a high-fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrate diet that is used on children who have intractable epilepsy. And usually their epilepsy is not controlled with 2 or more drugs. So the physician recommends the ketogenic diet, and they come to me, and we start in the hospital, and we initiate them on this very strict diet, and then they're followed outpatient for 2 years. And the goal of the diet is to help them reduce seizures without any medications at all.
So what is the diet? No potato chips, no soda?
Nope. Each recipe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, has to be specifically calculated out by myself, and then the family must weigh each food on a scale and combine it together in a ratio that fits that person's diet. and they have to do that for usually it's 1.5 to 2 years before they can come off the diet.
Wow. In school, what kind of courses did you take in order to become a registered dietitian?
Well, after my first 2 years of general education classes, I took mainly sciences, chemistry, biochemistry, organic chemistry, and also several nutrition-related classes talking about metabolism, food groups, things like that. There's also nutrition for the life cycle, which was one of my favorite classes that talked about nutrition at every age.
What kind of skills do you think a dietitian needs?
Well, in addition to basic nutrition knowledge, you often take on the role of a counselor when you're trying to help someone initiate a behavior change and a diet change. You have to take active listening and critical thinking to help them implement those changes into their lifestyle.
Do you keep regular hours in your job?
Working in the hospital, yes, I do keep regular hours. I work more towards the morning when patients are admitted. We also are on call 1 week in a month, so any nutrition-related issues that come on during the weekend, one of the dietitians is on hand to be available for that.
Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to become a dietitian?
My advice is if you want to, look into this profession a little more is to one, just go out there and read a little bit about it and find out what else it entails besides what we've talked about here. I know that there's the American Dietetic Association has a lot of information on how to get into this profession and provides a little bit of background on what you need to do. So that's my advice.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you
really
very
appreciate
much.
it.
Registered dietitians, or RDs, are in growing demand as we realize more and more how important diet is to the prevention and treatment of diseases. Besides hospitals, RDs work in a variety of places, including schools, public health facilities, cafeterias, nursing homes, and in private clinics. High school students interested in becoming a dietitian should have an interest in biology, chemistry, math, health, and communications. There are a couple of ways to pursue a career as a registered dietitian. Kelly received a Bachelor of Science degree, and following college, she did a 1-year internship approved by the ADA and passed a national RD exam to become registered. She then became licensed by her state.
So I found a princess ball for Lewis, and I'm going to go give it to him while you guys wait right there. I'll be back. Hope you enjoyed that break. We're back.
Do you ever spend time in your community library? Really, you should check it out. There's a wealth of information to be found and loads of books that will take you and your imagination to faraway places. It's a great place to get lost for a while. Librarians spend every day learning and helping others to do the same. Lewis found out how fascinating this career is when he met with the librarians Mildred Carter and Allison Welder.
So tell me, Mildred, what degree do you need to be?
You need the Master's of Library Science degree.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you actually need a degree to be a librarian?
You must have the Library Science degree.
Wow. What do you love the most about your job?
Well, working with people. I enjoy working with people, and I have the best staff in the world, and our customers are the best. I enjoy my customers. I enjoy my staff. I enjoy just coming to work every day.
How about you, Allison?
Well, I'm the children's librarian, so
okay.
my job is a little bit different. I tell stories to the kids, and of course I purchase the books for the children's room.
Tell me, Allison, what are the responsibilities of a librarian?
Mainly maintaining the collection and helping people that come into the library if they're looking for good books to read or help in finding something, especially with the young kids. They have help with school assignments.
Does every librarian has a different duty?
Some of them do. Some of them read the collection, but most of them do the same job. Some of them have, like Allison, who is in charge of children's programming, and we also have another children's librarian.
Oh, wow.
They also order books. Just a few months ago, we ordered around $35,000 worth of books for this
wow.
particular branch.
About how many books do you have here?
We have about 80,000.
Oh my God.
And we have about 80,000 in our collection, and this library is about 12,000 square feet.
Wow.
And as I said before, we have a staff of 17, And
So you guys are not alone.
yes.
Allison, how do you guys keep yourself organized with all these books and people coming in and out? How do you,
Well,
do you do
that's
it?
actually the main thing that librarians do, is we organize books and information. And it's not that we know everything in every book, but we know where to find the book and where to find the information for people when they need it. And of course, so much of our of the information now is on the internet. So we can direct people to good websites and
Oh, okay.
and how to find information that way.
One question. Do you guys have to read the books before they go in the library?
It would be nice.
It would be nice.
We can't read
But
them
we
all.
can't read them all. You know, we would love to read all of them, and but we kind of, you know, get a little background on them.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
because people will ask us for reader advisory.
Yeah.
And so we do try to know when somebody asks us something.
Do you guys read a lot?
Oh yes.
Well, we read book reviews. There are professional journals that
Oh,
we
okay.
get, and we read the reviews of the books, and that's how we decide what books to put in our collection. So we do have a basic idea of what the books are about, but we can't read everything.
What makes a good librarian? What skills?
Probably just the ability to be friendly and help people, and to be open to them, because people come in and ask for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And you can't be judgmental. You can't say, well, why in the world do you want to know about that? Everyone deserves the information that they need. And so I think that's the main thing, to be very helpful and open with them.
How has the library changed over the years?
Well, years ago we had our old card file, you know, and now we have everything online.
Oh, okay.
And so it's much easier
Helpful.
and much helpful for our customers.
Do you have any advice for anyone who's an inspiring librarian?
Well, the first thing they have to do, of course, is get a college degree, and then they have to go on and get the librarian degree. But probably they need to read a lot. But I would think most people who want to be a librarian enjoy reading and enjoy books anyway. If they want to be a children's librarian, I think that you have to be a little bit of a ham because we do story times, and we go out to the schools and we promote the library and try to get the kids all excited about coming into the library. So we sort of have to, put on a little acting job, but we're not acting because we really mean what we say. But I would say mainly they just have to enjoy books and enjoy people.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
Thank you so
meeting
much.
Today's libraries are evolving into resources where you can find the most advanced media in addition to traditional books and publications. Librarians, or information professions, must be up on the latest information sources and trends related to publishing, computers, and media. There are many types of libraries, and those interested in this career can choose the type they're interested in. For example, you could work in a medical library, an art library, government library, or in a school or university, to name a few. Most employers require a master's degree in library science. Many colleges and universities offer MLS programs, but employers often prefer graduates of the approximately 56 schools accredited by the American Library Association. If you love to learn, enjoy organizing, and would like to assist people in finding the information they need, check out a career in library science.
Well, I found a good book. You guys take a break. Well, we are back with more Real Life 101.
Well, that wraps up another great episode of Real Life 101. I hope you got some information today that'll help you narrow down your career search. And if not, well, there's always next week. So be sure to tune in when we'll present a special edition of Real Life 101. We're going to devote the whole show to careers in the hotel field. We'll speak with the general manager, the director of housekeeping, and the director of sales and management of a large hotel. We'll get an inside peek of the hotel and hospitality business and see how the hotel staff works together as a team to attract customers and make them comfortable in their home away from home. So join us next week for a special episode of Real Life 101, when we once again explore the question, what do you want to do with your life?